Hello and welcome back to Daviator Educational Solutions. As a teacher, I've looked for every way possible to make a great start to as many students as I could whenever I would meet a new group of them. One way that I have always done this was with magic. As a child, I always loved magic and I studied it every chance I got. I was the geek at the school or neighborhood library using the Dewey Decimal System to find the latest books on the conjuring arts, and I spent time after school and on weekends learning new tricks. As I got older, I never lost interest, and as a result, I've been able to build up quite a great batch of tricks that I can perform believably. Over the years, I learned that this knowledge is a great opening for dialogue when you first meet new people, most especially young people. I've used magic at every opportunity to break the ice with kids and initiated natural conversation while we talked about the magic that I had just done, listening intently to find out what interests the children had as well. There is a saying that says, the magician is an actor playing the part of a magician, but when you're working with children, you don't have the luxury of acting the part of someone else. You have no choice but to be yourself. Sure, I use magic as a way to get positive student relationships started, but I then immediately let the students see who I actually am. Being a magician is only one facet of what makes me who I am, just as your interests are just one facet of who you are. It's important to remember this as you meet your students. What you do comes second to who you are, and who you are is much more largely tied to how you conduct yourself. Now, before we get into some traits that every teacher should have, can I please ask you to subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you can be notified every time that I post new videos? It would really help the channel a lot. And of course, as always, I thank you. Make sure you are actively listening to your students. It can be a circus act trying to juggle the many things that we need to do in class each day, but it's vital that you are actively listening to your students. If they sense that you aren't really listening to them, they are just going to tune out whatever it is that you're trying to teach. If it goes on, you quickly will have a class of students who could care less about the learning experience because when the students have something they need you to know, all you're really concerned with is staying on schedule with the lesson plan. Be a positive role model by sharing what you're learning personally at this time. Let them know that learning is a lifelong endeavor that you gladly take part in. If you learned how to create model elf houses from a YouTube video over the weekend, tell your class. If you just completed a psychology course in a night class at the local college, share your enthusiasm. By showcasing learning as something that never ends, your students will be less likely to feel like learning is a chore that needs to be completed. It will feel more like something to look forward to and enjoy. Take the time each day for a few minutes of self-reflection. Ideally, you would do this at home when it's quiet and you feel comfortable enough to unwind. As you relax, break the day down from beginning to end and think about the things that did work and the things that didn't. Be approachable so that your students feel comfortable sharing during lessons and so that they feel you'll listen to them and help them if they have problems. We are the adults that they see most often during the day, so it's essential that students see us as positive assets in their lives. Be easygoing and genuine in your approach and inject humor into what you do. Now, you don't need to be a pushover stand-up comedian, but students do need to see that you're just as willing to laugh as they are. So then, as you've seen here, you don't have to be a mad scientist to make all the key ingredients of teaching into the concoction of student success, but it helps. Like what you see here? Then check out the Daviator Educational Solutions course, The Reaching Connection, on udemy.com. It's packed with practical, real-world advice, tips, and strategies designed to help you have the best class that you've ever had. I'll show you how to reach even the most difficult students. Look for the link in the video description below. And don't forget to look for more videos here on YouTube soon as well. Thank you for all that you do for the children of this world. It means more than you'll ever know. Bye for now. Daviator Educational Solutions. Real world, real results.